And welcome everybody on this Saturday morning. Congratulations if you're a new partner to Zinzino, and hello again to those that have been in the business for some time. Now, today's meeting is really going to be focusing on, as Dave said, a quick run through the getting started training, just to show you a little bit about this business, the structure of it, and how we need to structure our business when we get going. So Zinzino, Inspire Change in Life. Why did I get involved with Zinzino? I'm a GP, an NHS GP. I have been for nearly 30 years. I run two very successful aesthetic clinics in the southwest of England. And I was looking for something different when I went into lockdown. I'd been thinking that my life needed to change for the future. I didn't want to just retire from the NHS and retire from my clinical practice in a number of years' time. I'm in my late 50s now. I wanted to really take on a new challenge, to develop my life in a new way. But what I wanted more than anything was to free up time in my life. I wanted to have an income that wasn't dependent on turning up to work every day in a setting where I had to be there in person. I enjoy working with people, obviously as a doctor, and I was introduced to Zinzino, and what I really saw very much initially was the potential of the products and the health protocol, especially around evidence-based, test-based nutrition. It's something I've been personally very interested in for many years and have used within my clinical practice for many, many years. But this was the first time that it became something that was very available to everyone, and something that we all need, as we know from certainly from the balance testing. The vast majority of us need the supplementation. So I won't go into specifics about that, because I'm sure you're all here in the same way have become very interested and even passionate about the products and the health protocol. So what are we going to do today? Let me just see if we can get. Okay, so let's look at what we're going to cover in this next half an hour, 40 minutes. It's really, we're going to go.
Ian, sorry to interrupt you. You may just want to share your screen so you got the full picture rather than we can see your.
Oh, okay, sorry, Dave.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. So with this meeting today, we're going to really run through the objectives of how we get started. So you'll have been enrolled, and your sponsor who's brought you into the business may have gone through some of this with you. If not, I'm going to set out the objectives of what you should be doing with your sponsor, and certainly if you're an established partner, what you should be doing with your new recruits that you're bringing into the business. And I think the first thing we always need to do is identify what is our goal. What has brought you into this business? Why do you want to create a new business for yourself? Is it because you need a different sort of income? Maybe you're unhappy with the work or the job that you're in. Maybe you're in a situation where you're bringing up children and you're looking to create a new business for yourself that can work around your life and your lifestyle. So it's really important to see what your goal is and how quickly you want to achieve that goal. We'll look at how we get the business started and how we're going to run through creating a contact list, working through priorities, and how we're going to present this business both to customers and to potential partners who are going to join us in the business. So when you join, we've set up, and hopefully you've all had this if you've joined, and certainly if you're a partner, existing partner, I suggest you use this link tree, which welcomes somebody to the business. This should be the first thing that we give to or send to our new partners. And this is really a brief introduction, really explaining how we start the business, getting started training, how to set up your GoCore app and the calendar, etc. We're going to talk about in more detail. And it's a very simple link tree that if you haven't had from your sponsor or upline, please ask them to send this to you. And certainly we would encourage you to send this out to your prospective or your new recruits, new partners. So when we start a business, we really need to get going very quickly. Now, we need to set short-term goals for the next 30 to 60 days. Now, I know, having been a trainer and run workshops in aesthetic medicine and been on them myself, when we get introduced to something new and learn and start to learn a new skill, we need to use that skill. We need to get going with it very quickly. If we go to a workshop and we're very fired up and interested, and then we come away and we think about it and time goes on, we lose interest, we lose confidence in getting that started, that using that new skill. It's the same with this business. If we don't get going, then we'll just procrastinate, we'll lose confidence, we'll find many excuses as to why we're not getting going. So Zinzino set some very simple goals. Now, we all need to work with our upline. We've been brought into this business, and our upline is there really to guide us, to mentor us, to show us the way, to support us. And that can be part of your direct upline or even further up the upline if needed. And you'll see when you get your pack that you'll have an Express Start booklet. Now, this is a manual. It's not a big book, but it's the Express Start book. This is really crucial to read this book as soon as you get it. This is really your A to Z of how to get this business going. And I still refer back to the Express Start booklet, and I certainly share that booklet and work through that booklet when I have those first meetings with my new partners. Because really, we've got to get this business going. We need to start with customers, we need to start with partners, and we'll talk about that in more detail. We want to build up, certainly within the first 60 days, to having initially 4 customers or 4 subscriptions in the first 30 days, followed by another 6 subscriptions in the next 30 days. So by the end of 2 months, 60 days, we need to aim to have 10 customers, and we call this X-Team Express. We also want to be trying to recruit partners so that we can get our business going. We can build the teams of our business, and it's really important. And we start learning about the product. This is crucial. We really have to have a full understanding of the product, which is the balance test, the balance all, the health protocol, and the science around it. Now, I'm a doctor, so perhaps you could say that I've maybe have a leg up with this, but I think I've seen many people in this business who have a huge expertise and knowledge around the products who are not medical based. So you don't have to be medically based to understand these products and understand the science and why we need them and why our customers will want them. And there is lots of information. I'm going to share that with you where we can get that knowledge. But the first thing I say is perhaps start with yourself. Start testing, take your test and start the product yourself. Once you enroll as a partner, you'll have access to the Zinzino back office. Now, the IT system that has been built to run your business is exceptionally good. It really has all the information that we need. It has the back office and the CRM to allow us to run an effective business online and digitally. But one of the things your upline or sponsor should do is spend time with you when you start, really taking you through a tour of your back office and showing you how to enroll a new customer or to register a customer and start them on the protocol or get them tested, to enroll new partners. There's a fantastic resource. The file library here is a fantastic resource. I take my new recruits through this and show them where they can access information at all levels, whether it's information for customers to provide information around the products or the protocol, or whether it's the science behind the products, or whether it's actually to do with information that we need as a partner or to share with potential future business partners. The file library is exceptional. I'm not going to talk in detail about the back office and the Zinzino Hub, because this is something that your sponsor and upline will be doing with you, hopefully on a one-to-one basis. So let's look at some of the resources that we have within Zinzino. So the One Mondo global Facebook group, I would encourage you to all join this when you join as a partner. And certainly your upline will be introducing you to this group. And this is a group of people around the world in Zinzino. And this is where we celebrate success. This is where we celebrate new partners. So joining One Mondo Global is definitely essential. But we also have our own private group in the UK, Team Zeno UK. And again, we would encourage you to join this and post on this. There's lots of information that's posted about events, about successes, etc., that are happening. And there's lots of information through social media, through Zinzino, both globally in the One Mondo, but also in the UK team. Now, this is probably one of the most useful things that I've found over the last 4 months as I've been involved with Zinzino, is the YouTube channel Team Zeno UK, because this is obviously video presentations, video talks, and recordings such as the one I'm doing today. And I found these hugely helpful personally for my development within the business, but also I direct my my partners to this, and I use some of these videos to share with potential partners, to share with customers, and I think that you'll see that it's very well laid out. There are playlists where you can focus in on training, specific trainings or product presentations, etc., etc. So I encourage you to really join the Team Zeno UK YouTube, show your potential, your partners this channel, and utilize this as much as possible. There is a wealth of information here. Okay. We also share information through the WhatsApp group, the Team Zeno WhatsApp group. And again, you know, sharing information is crucial. You should never feel that you're on your own when you join this business. It is a community, and we work as a team, and these channels are all essential for that. One of the big bonuses that we have when we join Zinzino is that there is education. We work directly with our sponsor on upline, but also we can self-educate as well. As I said, there is information on the YouTube channel, but there's also the GoCore app, which is your app that you get, and you need to download it onto your smartphone or iPad. And this is something that, again, that I personally use on a regular basis. The GoCore app contains hundreds and hundreds of hours of training, influencers, both audio and video, talking about the products, talking about the business, talking about marketing, sales, social media, training for those that have not used Facebook, etc. Everything is on the GoPro app that we need. And I really encourage people to go, as soon as they join, to go and download this app and start looking through and start using it. It's very good. You can listen to it when you're doing exercise. You can listen to it when, any time of the day or night, it's available for you. We obviously have other apps which allow our customers to monitor their, to take their products regularly. The Zinzino app itself, we talked about that with customers. But the Zinzino mobile app, this is an app that you can download again, and this is effectively your back office on a mobile. And so you can run your business from your mobile if necessary. You don't have to have a laptop or a desktop. And so again, this may suit some people who are out and about and want to be running their business whilst they're out. And so we encourage you again to download these apps and start using them. The next essential thing is to get linked to the Zinzino Google Calendar. And you need to have a Gmail account for this. So if you don't have a Gmail account, then it's very easy to set up a Gmail email account. Even if you're not going to use it as your main email account, please set it up so that we can then link you. If you contact Sue Booth on key4health1@gmail.com, and again, your upline or sponsor should be able to connect you to the calendar by emailing Subbu, the key for health 1@gmail.com. Now, this will link to the Google Calendar. You'll then have access to see when these meetings, such as the ones I'm doing today, are happening, the regular corporate meetings around the customer presentation, the business presentation, and other influencer meetings. Now, these meetings are high quality. It's usually one of us or somebody within Zinzino presenting. And I found these really helpful. We need to be on those meetings, certainly as partners. We should be on those meetings as much as possible, encouraging our teams, encouraging our new partners to join us with these meetings. These meetings really are how we can get going. This is how we can very quickly understand the products, the health protocol, the business, how to pitch the business to new potential partners, how we can run our business, how the influencers that can really stimulate the growth, our personal growth within Zinzino, to help us really achieve those goals that we've just been talking about, your personal goals. So the Google Calendar is essential that we join this and we start attending these meetings. You then need to really plan your own diary. And again, you can integrate your Google Calendar to your own personal calendars. And that's very simple to do. Let's start really looking at how we as the new partner are going to get involved. So your upline really should be taking you through the Zinzino Express. As I said, this booklet comes with your pack, and I encourage you to read it as soon as you get it. And as a sponsor, as an upline, we need to teach people the following steps. Now, to be successful in Zinzino, we need to really duplicate the system. We follow the system and we duplicate the system. The system works. It's been built to work, and certainly from my personal experience, if we follow the system, it really does work. And when people really try to go their own way and do things in a different way, or we lose the system and we lose perhaps the ability to build the business in the way that we know it can build very successfully if we follow the system. So using the system. And the first thing we really need to do is this is a business around networking. We need to communicate with people. And these can be customers or, who may be interested in the products. And certainly I don't view this business as a sales business. I don't view myself as a salesperson. As a doctor, I've always been out to help people, providing information and helping people with their health and well-being. And this is no different. We're providing a service, we're educating people around products, the balance test, why we need to do that, why we may need the products, and why they may need the products. And so we're offering a service. I don't really see that as sales at all. So we make a list of people in our own personal networks. Now, when I started Zinzino, then the first people I approached, I tested, I talked about the health protocol, the balancer, was my personal family and friends. And that's very quickly extended to a wider contact group, including my patients in my clinics, my wider group of friends. And from that, you make a list really of potential people who may be interested, who will be interested in this business, in the health protocol. And we really need to start looking at that list and working out and talking to those people. Many of them will be interested, as I said, in the health and the protocol and the testing, and quite a number of them may be interested in actually being involved with the business themselves. We need to start contacting those people and inviting them using your upline. Now, this is where, as effective partners bringing people in, we need to work with our new recruits. We need to actually sit with them either online or in person and help them enroll and invite their first customers and how to get them started, how to talk to them, how to talk about the products, about the health protocol. And equally, we need to work with them when we're talking to potential new partners and not leave them on their own. So it's working together and working with your team and your upline. And we need to create a story. We need to help our new partners create their story. Why are they coming into the business? Why are they wanting to change their lives? What do they want to achieve from this? And they will develop their own story, as I've done. And that will be the message that they will want to get across when they're talking to their potential customers. Why? What has it done for them? What has it done for their people that they've had on the health protocol? How their tests have improved by being on the balance soil, and how their health has improved. And it's the same with the business, how it's helped me personally develop to give myself a residual income that's coming forward, how that's going to allow me to meet my goals and my objectives of what I want to get out of this business. So we're all going to have a story to tell, and that's important. But the key here is duplication. Duplication is the key to leveraging our time so that we're actually supporting. I suppose the simple way is I've been shown through the system, through my uplines, how to bring people into the business, how to get customers. And we're going to show our new partners to do the same so that down the line, they will be showing their new partners the system and how to do it further on down the line. So we have everything we need to start this business. As I said, we have the Getting Started manual, the Zinzino Express, the business opportunity brochure. We can share a paper copy with potential business partners. We can actually share that online by sharing. But the most important thing that I've learned from those who've been in Zinzino and similar industries is the most important thing is making that connection with people. Not giving too much information immediately, but making that connection on a personal level and talking about our story with them and finding out what their story could be, what their goals, wishes and objectives could be before we start talking about the in-depth about the business itself. So we've talked in depth about the Zinzino Express. So how do we get going? As I said, we need to take the test and use the product ourselves. Now, this is really important. We need to set up our Zinzino for free order. And certainly when, as a partner, when we get our 4 first customer subscriptions, followed by our 6 in the second month, then we will have our Zinzino for free. So we're validating the products by using them. And I think we create our own story when we have our results and we go on to balance soil and we can retest 4 months later and show how that is improved from an objective clinical perspective on the test, but also from maybe how we're feeling or maybe how it's helped us and how it may have helped our family or our colleagues or our customers in the same way. And we need to build this contact list. Now, this contact list needs to be everybody and anybody that you can think of that you've had contact with. My list when I started was many more than 100. It was 400 or 500 people, and certainly it's grown as I look at my social media contacts and et cetera, et cetera. And so there's never a reason to say, oh, I don't know enough people, or I don't know who to contact, or where to start. You create that list, and then you start sharing the Zinzino story. Okay, and you can start doing this. As I said, I started with my family and friends, and talking about the products, and perhaps even doing. I encourage you to do this with your upline initially to get confidence, especially if you feel from a non-medical background, and this is all very science-based. But perhaps role play the invitation with friends and family, but start talking about it. And start just doing it, because you learn as you go, and reflect on what you're doing. And if people are not engaging with you, then perhaps reflect and discuss that with your sponsor or upline as to why those meetings are not relating or coming to fruition with people actually going on to the products, or perhaps being interested in the business. And really get going. So make a plan to book your meetings. Now, these are either customer meetings or potential partner meetings, and keep working on that. But time is the biggest thing. So when I looked at Zinzino, and I questioned what was it going to cost me? What was my investment going to be? And as we know, the financial investment is minimal and is exceptional, really, because we can even earn our initial outlay for our partner packs back when we get 25 customer subscriptions. So from a financial perspective, it wasn't a big outgoing for me and a big risk, but it came down to time. So I was told, your investment will be time. It takes time to build a business. It takes time to build any business. We don't, if I'd opened a shop selling cheese, I would have to plan how I was going to open that shop, how I was going to get customers, where I was going to get my resources from, the cheese that I'm going to sell, etc., etc. And I'd have to plan that business, and I'd have to give time to it, and it would build gradually. But time is important. We need to turn up to work. And this is no different. Just because this isn't a shop that has fixed opening hours, we need to turn up to work. So we need to plan our diaries. But this is important. We're building a business that's going to work. Well, for many of us, myself included, we wanted to leverage time. We wanted to create control over the time and have time to work around our family, or maybe our other work commitments. So this is a good tool. This diary is in the Zinzino Express Start, and really you want to plan your week. Fit the Zinzino around your existing work commitments if you have them, and around your family and leisure commitments. And that may mean that you're having to plan to work perhaps some weekends, like I'm doing today, and it may be that you plan to work in the evening. But it is consistency. And to start this business, if it's not going to be your main source of income initially, then you still need to commit around 10 to 15 hours per week to really make this business a success for you. There are lots of resources that we can really utilize, and this is one that I've fairly recently been given, and this really, this can take things a stage further, and you can download these files from the One Mondo Facebook page. You can either use these personally, or you can share these with your new prospective partners. And it, again, as the Express Start says, as new partners, we need to help them define their goal and write it down so you can refer back to it, what your goal is and why that goal. And I have mine written down, and I look back at it. And if I'm having a bad day and things aren't going so well, and then I will look back at that and see that will give me the motivation to keep going, to keep persevering. We need to make a weekly plan, as I said. What are we going to do this week? What are our objectives? So certainly your first 30 and 60-day goals are very clear within Zinzino with the Express Start. But where do we go from that? How many meetings are we going to do a week? What is our goal for the number of customers that we want to be achieving on subscription per week or per month? And how many partners are we going to try to recruit, to build our business and build the strength in our business? So this is something we need to work through with our new partners. And how we create our story, this activation. As I keep saying, we need to create this story, how we're going to go out there and how we're going to go and talk to prospective customers and prospective partners. There are events, educational events. As I say, there is a lot on the social media channels that we have and the GoCore app. But then there are annual and biannual events within Zinzino, and certainly there was one a month or so ago online. And the meetings, obviously, at the moment through lockdown are online. But these are real motivational meetings, and I would encourage you to buy tickets for these events. And give that time to that event. You will learn a lot from them, and they will help you build this business. Okay, so so you need to have a plan. Okay, and as with any business and any job, I think that we're in, we you know, to work effectively and efficiently, we need to have a plan. We need to plan our time, and you know, this, we can break this down as another daily activity checklist. Again, how we can use our time and plan our time. And again, we can use these resources with our new partners if they're interested. And certainly we can start using them ourselves if we're getting stuck in the business, it's not growing as we want, then we maybe need to go back to basics, look back, and actually perhaps start using some of these tools ourselves. And we need to sort of, you know, create this list, this contact list, and certainly I would encourage you when you're working with your upline to do three-way meetings or three-way calls initially, certainly with prospective business partners, so that you're learning from somebody who has that experience how to pitch, how to talk about the business, how to talk about finding out what the other person's goals and objectives are, etc., to get them to see whether they really are going to fit with this business, whether there's something they're going to really take to and be able to build for themselves. So I create a contact list. Obviously, you know, when you've had multiple conversations, you know, you really, if you're just keeping it in your head, you're going to really not cope, and you need to sort of follow people up. So you may have conversations with people around, say, the business, or even the products themselves, and you know, they may not initially, it may not be right for them, but that doesn't mean a no, I'm not so very interested. That just means not at the moment, so not at the present time. So I always have a follow-up with people to see if things have changed, to see if there's more information they need, maybe their circumstances have changed. And so having a system whereby you can track and follow people up is crucial in this business. Okay, and the same with new partners coming on board. You need to keep a track of people, where they are, because trust me that partners who may not be engaging with the business following their initial training, we need to be aware of that. We need to follow up on them, support them, and see where they're at. And again, these are all tools that can help us do that. So what do? We need to organise our first meeting. So as an upline, as a sponsor, we need to encourage our new partners to arrange these meetings, to move quickly and get these meetings set up. Where are we going to do them? Are we going to do them online? Certainly through lockdown, that was our only opportunity. But now, as Dave said, now we can meet people in person, and I find it much easier to engage with people not online, but offline. We need to work out a time place. We need to reason. Are we talking about the products? Are we talking about the business, or both? We need to arrange these meetings, and I find the best way to talk about things is to just perhaps introduce very, very briefly what they may like to get out of this meeting, what they're going to meet about, but not go into the detail until we meet, because it's really forming a relationship with people. It's really finding out where they're at, what do they want, are they interested, and certainly from a business perspective, before we go into the detail of the business itself. So where we work, we do a presentation. So we have access to the business presentation. Once we've arranged this meeting, we can share with them the products, the health protocols. Certainly from a personal perspective, I tend to talk about the products and the health protocol first. That at my first meeting. And that may well lead to them, I hope, going onto the being tested and going onto the products or the health protocol. But certainly if there's an interest in joining the business, then I have a second meeting where I will talk to them personally, and I'll present the business presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, which is available to any of us, and talk through the business itself. Now, when we start, I would encourage you to do that with your upline. So you're doing a three-way meeting or a three-way call. So it's your upline who can present that business presentation or that customer presentation first. And then when you become confident, then we can work with you so that you become confident to do it yourself. But certainly for the first 5 or 6 new partners that I brought on board, I use my upline for those meetings. We can do them, as I said, we can do them in wherever setting we want, and we can do it online or offline. But what is crucial is we always schedule the next meeting. So from that first meeting, don't just leave people to think about it, because they may think about it and procrastinate. And certainly in my life, if I do that, other things come along, and that part of it gets forgotten about for a while. So book that second meeting at that first meeting. So you're doing a business presentation, somebody may be interested, right, let's have a meeting in 2 days, 3 days, let's book it, let's put it in the diary now, let's talk about this in more detail. Whether this is online or whether this is as I said, as a one-to-one or as a 3-way meeting with our sponsor. And in the presentation that we do, it's about building relationships. This is key to all of this. So any of you that have come in, I hope you've built that relationship with your sponsor before you join Zinzino, and that your sponsor or upline should have found a need as to why you've wanted to join the business. And we want to communicate a real positive feeling about the business and that and what it's doing for us and what it's doing for other individuals. And book to the look. So you want to book a meeting, again, to show them the business in more detail and involving them and showing them how they can become involved and what the business can do for them coming on board. So this is important, and this is what we need to do with our new partners, is showing them the system of how to do it. So as I said, when we join, we do have these short-term goals, 30 to 60 days, which will bring in some small bonuses. So if we get our 4 customers on joining, and I would encourage you to start doing this from the day you enroll with Zinzino. Don't wait a few weeks until you perhaps learnt the system or watched all the videos. Get started. Talk to your family, talk to your friends. And talked about testing them and getting them on enrolled, getting them as customers, because we just need 4 subscriptions. Now that can be 1 person on Balance Oil, Xenobartic, Extend and Viva, or it could be 4 people on Balance Oil. It's 4 subscriptions will give you a 10% cash bonus, a small cash bonus on those sales. But more importantly, you will start your personal, as a partner, Zinzino for free. And you'll be rewarded by a £90 smart bronze bonus if you can do that in your first 30 days. We then want to aim to go fast silver. We want to build our business. Now we need partners to build our business. We can build a business that's just based on your personal sales, and that's fine. But to really grow this business and to allow us to have a potential of a good residual income coming in, as I'm sure you've been shown, we need to create a business. We need to have partners within the business, and we are then going to show those partners how they can build their business in the same way as we are. And if we can get 4 partners involved on Premier Kits, then we will go fast silver. If we can do that in the first 30 days, then we will get another £135 bonus. And then the next really crucial target for us as a new partner is to go X-Team Express. Now this is to get a further 6 customer subscriptions, so that at the end of 60 days we'll have 10 in total. This will give us another small cash bonus based on those sales, but more importantly, it will give us something called the ECB, the Enrollment Credit Bonus. This will then double the number of points or double the value and thus income of any future sales to customers and partners that we are doing through our business. So this unlocks the potential through those sales. But we also, if we can do that within 60 days, get another bonus of £130 and this is called the Team Express bonus. So the objective of this is, not large amounts of money, but certainly very helpful to reward you for some of your initial investment, certainly of time in those first 30 to 60 days. And it shows us really the commitment that somebody will have to building their business if they can achieve these goals in the first 30 to 60 days. Because this is a business, and I personally have seen I've now in 4 months achieved a level or rank of diamond, which is something that I'm amazed, really. Not amazed because I can see the potential of this business. I've seen personal potential of the business, how it can grow for an individual if you're organized, if you do it in the right way, if you follow the system and you're prepared to put the time and effort in, then it can build very quickly. And it can build substantial incomes for us if that's what our objective, if that's what is our goal. But we have to work as a team, and we have to follow the system, and we have to bring people on in a way that supports them and shows them the system and allows them to grow in the same way. And I think if we all duplicate and support each other to duplicate, then that is the only way you can really go up these ranks and get to the dizzy heights of quite significant monthly incomes. And certainly some of my colleagues further up the ladder are already achieving in quite a short space of time. So really, Zinzino is a business to inspire change in life. And you've all come on board as with perhaps a goal, with dreams as to how Zinzino can help you. It certainly has helped me personally, and my family and my friends, and certainly my customers and patients. From a health perspective, I'm certainly seeing the benefits of being on the health protocol for the last 4 months. And I can see how it's changing my life in the way from the way it's going to change my life. It is already as a business that I'm building, and I set out with an objective to change the way that I'm working in the next number of years, and Zinzino is allowing me to do that. So I hope for you coming into the business that it can do the same for yourselves. The message I'd like you to get from today is, I'll run through things, is we have a system. It's a system that works. We have all the information and support that we need, either online or through our upline and our sponsors, and through the community of Zinzino. So good luck, everybody, and I hope to see you in person sometime. And certainly if not, I'm sure I'll be doing one of these meetings again. So thank you very much, and I'll say cheerio to everybody.
Thank you, Ian. And just before we all shoot, folks, what a phenomenal getting started training. Thank you, Sue, for the kind words in there for Ian. To see Ian a month ago do this, and a month later, there was definitely growth in his ability to share the message of the team. So, but I just want to, for a couple of late joiners from before Ian started, just want to recap. We have this coming week, move some things around. They're not finalized, but I want to just give you a heads up. Of course, every Sunday night, 9 p.m. UK, we have a mindset training for those who really want to develop as a professional in this market space. We will have Jordan Adler tomorrow night sharing the key element of duplication that Ian touched on. Monday, a little change. Monday, 8 p.m. UK will be the customer presentation. 9 p.m. we still remain with our Team One Mondo. And again, those will be 2 different links. So again, make sure you're checking into these social media platforms that Ian spoke about, because those links are posted there all the time, whether it be WhatsApp or the Facebook pages. You will always be informed. And of course, as we finalize these will be consistently promoted throughout the Google Calendar. So Monday, 8 p.m. UK time, customer presentation. And so Saturday and Sundays, great days to be connecting with people that you want to share the product with and inviting them onto the presentation after sending them and speaking with them. 9 p.m. One Mondo training. Tuesday, 8 p.m. One Mondo business presentation. And why I'm making a stressing that it's a One Mondo one, that in that business presentation, they'll see the standard slides, but we can go deeper into why One Mondo. What is this team doing? How are we helping? How are we supporting? And then on Thursdays, it will be the Zinzino corporate presentation, where all Zinzino partners around the world could use that. So on the One Mondo one, we can be very specific. So that is the one that you really want to be driving people to. And then this week, we will make a decision of how or when, but then we're looking to move these presentations, probably the corporate ones, the customer one, and the corporate Thursday one, to fortnight. So you only have to be on there every 2 weeks, but we may run the One Mondo one on a Tuesday every week. So stay flexible, but for the next Monday, Tuesday of this week, at least you know what's on, what's coming up, and I'd encourage you to maximize them, as Ian said. But Ian, thank you very much. I took loads of notes, right? I was taking notes. I was doing old school notes. I was putting notes into my, so I could copy and paste it and send it to people that sadly were not on because they missed an incredible getting started today. So congratulations to you. Thank you for your leadership, and everybody else, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let's finish the month strong. Any questions, reach out to your support team. We're here for you to help each and every one of you. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Well done, Ian. Thank you.
Bye-bye.